Hey guys, I'm here with AJ Crimson, one of the hosts for the event today, and it is so beautiful in here.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Thank you.
We're super excited to be here surrounded by all these beauty products. I see you have some in your hand.
I did.
Ready to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Let us know what it is that you have in your hand.
Okay, so this is Deep Peach Corrector. So you know the entire event is called Revitalize. So we're talking about ways that you can correct and conceal and be couture all at the same time. So what more fabulous of a place to do that than here at the AJ Crimson Beauty Atelier, right?
Exactly.
So Deep Peach Corrector is really great because it helps to kind of clean up under the eyes without weighing the skin down. A lot of times when you use concealers, they're usually like way too heavy and they don't do everything that you need them to do. So from fair skin to Indian skin to deeper skin tones, Deep Peach Corrector is the corrector for you. I could probably use some myself at this point.
Would you advise that we use the Deep Peach Concealer under a lighter foundation, or what's the pair for that?
So what I like to do, I usually like to take a little bit. You can use it with your finger and really just kind of bring it down to a stain of color, which is really important because you don't want the product itself to just settle on top of the skin. You want it to blend and melt, and as you can see, the formulation, it's the same formulation that I use in all of my foundations, which is gluten-free, paraben-free. It's made of vitamin E and beeswax, so it's all natural, and it really melts into the skin and gives you like a skin-like texture. So you want to use this almost like a primer in a sense in those areas where you want to correct, whether it's underneath the eye or whether it's a dark mark that you have to correct, and then you put your foundation over the top. I always find that it's better and you get a more beautiful gradation of color when the foundation is set into place.
I think it's super amazing that we have this peach color because being a chocolate girl, sometimes when you use certain concealers, it doesn't conceal the dark spots that we do have.
Exactly.
And we don't necessarily understand the...
You know, and a lot of people don't really understand deeper skin tones. With my brand, we started with the deepest skin tone first, which that deepest skin tone is a number 8, and it's basically the shade of a girl who's South Sudanese. And I figured if we can service her and we can really make sure that she has a home here, then we can work our way backwards and find something for someone else. With AJ Crimson Beauty, it's not about you becoming an extension. You were the first conversation here.
Right.
So that's what's important. And with that Deep Peach, this is formulated with that in mind because it's not red, it's not these other things. You don't want to put dark over dark because it just makes it dark. You need something to brighten it up, but it's not orange either. It's more of a peachy undertone. So when you add that peachy undertone, it just gives it this beautiful yellowy, golden balance that we're all looking for in our skin.
Now you mentioned starting with a deeper tone first,
yes,
and then kind of working your way to the lighter shades.
Yeah.
Is that passion for deep tones what got AJ Crimson Beauty started?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a thing of when I started the line, I was talking to myself, and I always like to visualize who this girl was, or who she is, and what her needs are, what things were lacking. And throughout cosmetics over the years, it's just, she's always been last. Like, you've always been last. You know, when you go to the makeup store, go to the makeup counter, how many times have you gone and just been frustrated because the person at the counter just couldn't match you, or they were trying to fit you inside of someone else's box? And I really feel like black women in particular, they're always forced to fit themselves into someone else's box as opposed to the box being built around you. So I wanted to do that. I mean, I traveled with Estelle for about 3 years on tour, and one thing that I couldn't find for her was a contour color without having to mix in lipstick or mix in eyeliner and all these other things, you know. And she's a deeper skin girl, but she's not the deepest skin tone either, you know, but she didn't have a contour color. So I needed to create that. I needed to have that. But that contour color is someone's actual complexion color, and what your highlight color would be my skin tone, you know, and what my contour color would be your skin tone. So it's, I think when we approach beauty in a specialized way and recognizing that everyone has a voice and it needs to be heard, then you have a better experience. And that's what this is about. I mean, even me opening the Atelier, it was about giving black women and women of color a shopping experience where they felt comfortable and at home, and not being watched in a weird way, or not, you know, because you know how it is when you go to high-end retailers. You know, sometimes you're not always welcome with open arms. And here also too, I wanted to give other brands, not just the AJ Crimson brand, I want to give other brands that cater to women of color a place to retail, you know, because getting into retail is a hard experience, and it's even harder when the line is geared towards people of color. So that's what you have here. We have things like Urban Skin RX, who is black inspired. We have Melanie Mills Gleam. We have Danessa Myricks. I have Glow Girl Cosmetics. I have a variety of different brands that all cater to a brown girl. So.
Perfect. So if our fans want to find some of the products that you carry,
yes,
that you are selling, that you are trying to get out there, where can they find it?
You go to ajcrimson.com. Go to ajcrimson.com. You can always go find me on Instagram at ajcrimson. My Twitter is at ajcrimson. Everything is there, and you can find out about all these brands and my brand, and you can shop online, or you can come here in LA. And then also for you in New York, coming up, this is the first time I'm really announcing it, really, is there's going to be an AJ Crimson Beauty Atelier in New York coming in about 2 months. So if you're in New York, you definitely want to stop in and tune in and check in to my Instagram and sign up for my email list on the .com, so you can be aware and be invited to the grand opening.
That's super exciting. Congratulations on the opening of the New York store. Like, we need more stores where we can find products for ourselves.
We do. I mean, it's just so important, and this event is it just draws more attention to that. And I mean, you being here, it just says, hey, like, it is important, and you recognize that, and we have to get the word out on that.
So before I let you go, I see something in here that looks a little bit like a lip.
Oh yeah.
Is it a lip?
It is a lip.
Can you give us a little bit about it?
Okay, so you know, matte liquid lips are everything at this point, and obviously we didn't want to be left out of that conversation. So my matte liquid lips, this is actually the one that Miss Lawrence wore recently on Watch What Happens Live. And oh, can I? Oh, I love that.
So, oh, that's gorgeous.
So this is 101. It's a beautiful berry, and it's gonna last you up to 48 hours.
No way.
We claim 24, but women always tell us, hey AJ, like, this is on, I've had this on for 2 days with minimal touch up. Use it, give it one good swipe, one good coat on the lips, let it dry, and you'll have it on for 2 days. It's amazing.
I love how it doesn't lose its richness.
It doesn't.
Sometimes we have to like apply it multiple times.
No, you'll get all of the color payoff in 1 or 2 swipes, just to kind of fill in the lip. And it'll last you all day, and it doesn't get cakey, it doesn't get weird or cracky. I love a little lip balm under there first, just so your lips feel really moisturized before putting a matte on, and that's with any matte.
Perfect.